matter to me. I couldn't care less if somebody comes up with a list and says, Your Majesty, we have 10,000 college graduates. What does it mean? Or this year, 100,000 students have qualified class 12. Your Majesty, we have this many vocational training institutes. Or this many Bhutanese have excelled in their studies. That tarilepa tujisampelin that ngaje alusu zai besa masaimbe kona chunjugi the results of hibdalu that 90% of me janga hanimji dos. Tanga atara labil ngamgo mi zel kagi ngamas. Te kachiwe ngamal. Tanjulu machi alusu kona chaka chugo misuga. Kona kama long disugal. Genka basugal. Ko la bekablu nekab gi tolebe kachira beru shibjib to jashi chibe beshekas. Tenga jumil. I will only be confident when I see results for myself. Numbers mean nothing to me. Yes, it's very important. Numbers, I can't deny that we have to depend on numbers. But what really matters to me at the end of the day is when a student leaves that classroom and when a student graduates from university, is that student capable? Is that student in a position to serve our country? Chaka chuga misuga. Te kadeo bewal. Pesha tasi se. Lejim mesle. Te dewa de chaka masubachin kadeo benil. Genka bamasun, no som tam mashin. Tane boda da che lebesulu genka bompo di dusa. Che lebe dubikablu alu janga mashib ji chegi wole. The pesha haul. Chegibe lobjong di matutupi jungosa. The anigalu maragi leishime tatibe dionla. Chele yunti topshimda loshima kona chaka kadibe chuga. Basketi, fiel tundi, lejimbe bemasu, angtangbatu, diding anata mil. Tanjulu, ro class 8 tasaru, 10 tasaru, 12 tasaru, college hiru, masters jablu. Chaka chugo misuga, anita nisa. The advice sumchibanga dungda chichimachin. The first advice I would give teachers is to be good role models. Your students have to be able to look up to you. You mustn't just be a symbol of authority because you are a teacher. They mustn't respect you because they have to. They have to respect you because you inspire them. And now, this entirely depends on how you conduct yourself. As a human being first, and as a teacher second. So, ane boda, marata wachindi, lebesu, ka indra berul. Aludachiga dewatabda, you have to be a good role model. I can tell you a little bit about being a king. I think it's no different from being a good teacher, sir. Lubebod. Tata gebda lubegi gengade dasukosu chidul. Ta analu ngarakatule yunti sapchibe chelu dungtaji timchi machin. As a teacher, please look at students as individuals. Chegi classroom nalu joda alu jipchitambadi chobachi. Oh, my students. But you have to keep in mind that in your classroom, they're individuals. Individuals with different aspirations, different expectations, different talents, different weaknesses, different needs, and different backgrounds. So, ane boda, tangage che kahara, te lubisu sokale, te chena lubi nampa nasu yon. Lalu gejo, lalu jem, lalu samjile, lalu pumtale, lalu pemangasele, lalu na hada porole. 제레기 친하기 내 땅에 가디비어가 nga 주미사. 대보다 nga 지지가 뒤뒤에 라 배고버진 디 가이라 nga를 시니 디 같이 해봐. 때 아니 좀배 제레 알루스도 지가 더타 보다. 알루 림바 진두베 레리 진두기 거나기 개체 거나기 라와 삼철 노솜 땅땅 배추 배만숲수 가를 르비수기 하고 거사. 대지 말은 normal. What's the purpose of going to school? Why do we need to send our children to school? Why is schooling important? Is it just to get jobs? If that is the case, then what do we need to teach our children to get a good job? Is it to realize their full potential? So what does it mean that someone has realized their full potential? 등아지 알루슬루 초연대 주인보다 미길 ngo마디 가지나. 때마벌로 주담 주지 주니 로쟁아 암지기 남편으로 초연대 가dem지가 지기 됨진수사. 가르 됨지미수발. We simply cannot teach everything to a person of 25 years old. 로 중국 간에 클래스 피피나를 구쯤이 나 로케징하듯이 남편으로 다 손처럼 가라 다다다 배수세 자수세 때 뒤즈미기 룹디 테라메텐사. We can give them a degree. We can teach biology, history, physics, English, zongal. But one thing that we have to teach is for our students to show an insatiable desire and inclination towards learning. Talking about the learning to learn. 초윤들이 타서 계속이 잡래. 세대 집 과라 초르난기 돌레비 윤들로 단디 계시고 벨. 윤들이 랑기베르 최대베 조습 조고사. 등아라디 아니 카체스 노멀. Because I know some people who have studied only up to class 8. And they are remarkable human beings. I know some people who have studied only up to class 10. And they have achieved more than what people have achieved in a lifetime. Nga haleomel. Lobrim gebasunselegi matae. Te deboda sedechip dabinale dab kebinale keb. Te namme samengherang totobel. Sem gochubesan. Te namme sami jodubdul. Te lobrim gebalegi matae. Te dubde anibe kadeve temina mose. Taneboda lo gedichilegi pesha matadere beru. What that individual has achieved, and probably there is a teacher without a face nor a name somewhere out there who this person has to be grateful for. One teacher that has made a big difference. That teacher has taught this individual how to learn throughout their life. Alusu kadebe yuri chegi wole lo shile lo nga peshataru lo chutamtaru lo chenga lo keji dubde bomshodi lubegi dubde bomshodi. Teaching your children how to learn throughout their life. Anidi imbesa. One other thing. Che ommanega. One other thing is, and I say this to all teachers, you simply cannot give what you don't have. Te totongala pe alusulu, learning to learn se. Teach children how to learn throughout their lives. Te ta alusulu ten pimbo da raje masosa. You cannot give what you don't have. Chebochi character imbal. You see, character building of children is very important. Extracurricular activities, leadership skills, confidence, values. Ka chese. Te debo te lubisura timebachin kadebenil. Alusulu yunti pinse, debo te lubirara yunti mebachi kashpinil. So aneboda, ani nga thandibela bisa. You cannot give what you don't have. So first and foremost, toto ngachira lubisu kaayara jemin bel. Talapa guzung longa chutam chenga kechise. Ngara nahi jinji gara alu busube ngara yap chashu di tari begale gepe lo mai dipchi jome. Nga tuise katela pa yasi gara mishi besa. Time seems to just vanish. Time passes by quickly. Dane boda the toto chara la guzubi ga imbel. Toro lo chutam chenga di juyesa. Amchigi nangkyunalu che lubisuge di yundulu kate 다르자겐디베 주슈겐날 저런기 돌레베 힐레라 람 마시버진 디케메발. Teachers, I don't expect you to know everything. I do not expect you to be the very best teacher right now. But you have to be a teacher who's open to new ideas and very open towards learning. 아니디 첼로 여바진 때 달라파 구숭드베 다리 마시미디 나버 장수벌 나버 마시미디 나세 윤티 삽톱사 주스르라 케밀 랑 주시스 셰드베 록조가 잡스니기 고갑둘 아네보다 땡아레기 라워드 멜롬데 때 르비수가 아라 때 달라파 구숭디 세대 집 배차디 가데 다르다나사 다 주주라 나이 고체디 지갈레 디시플린 기콜레 둥데 지칼랍니 구츠일 데 다리 고갑 잠 터버바 데 레베 마이르치돌 남지기 제 종가 키치 겨 니정안날로 겐가 박 차슈무사 다 디시플린 데 입지갈레 라루기랍메 아 일라스 discipline di chillebesi ki atsirite alusu tatsare dumbo chin regime chi onide tan gaira langshe thebe lalab yengu metabes lalugin labme zai namto langsisime te tebe bente kadebe mo tube mitupse den pam lalugi di lebelu tame chon chimkhana ekyosa tamakati gonchi thon te ngache gaira shekemni chimel 밤 라르지긴 레벨로 랍티무자딩이 알루디 산디디 담비나세 랍미템멜 다 치날로 랄랍 연구 메타베타 제 레비스기 아시 띠지미서 봤어 다니 베갈레 당아치라 가이라 disciplines that 노선 bombe 당고 베서 what does discipline mean? Is it corporal punishment? 당아 보진 corporal punishment 디 이라 메스 데베 노말 You do not have to use physical force and to be intrusive to put a child on the right path. Ngarane betawachin tanga nailera jilera guzung malubisu karelu kokaptopda labdosa. What does discipline mean to me? Because I've given it much thought. Discipline is balancing zero tolerance with high expectations. Ani di kaches. The lubisugi labodalu. Don't forget, children are expected to make mistakes. It is so important, it is so vital for their learning process. Alusudi tushomal, sheta chauza. Richiga pass kiyon, richiga fail kiyon, richiga lalab nyengu meta. Ti alugi laim bel. Te ani de kachesa. Kajima sochin. Classroom ki yunti chito, outside classroom me te nyamnyong chito bal. Tane boda alusudi rangi ki be te kaha gawe dionsa. Ngachare chuschibe dubda tamaship le bail, turi shoil. Te came indul. But it's very important to inspire our young. It's very important to motivate our students. It's very important to correct our children when they make mistakes. Tangani ben la zyodalu lebe da pamagi genkadi la zyode se temjimiji gobil. Te la zyesa ton mito genka ta de bochin te ani gi jableben alu langshi thei semidi ngomadere tim basa. Tane boda, zero tolerance. Transgressions must never be tolerated. I expect teachers to confront their child, and when the child is making a mistake, don't be too harsh, but the child has to be corrected. Because if you don't correct them early on, it'll become too late. The zero tolerance the khachara chese. But at the same time, high expectations. As a teacher, ask yourselves, how much do you expect out of your children? Do you expect good performance, great performance, or brilliant performance? Or are you happy with good work, decent work, alusu paske, tube, alusu kadebi, halamchi, tammadyu kane matin, tetari tichi lochi di ngachara kara gai mos, alusu chonju din tase kese, ta loju dumes. So boda, expectations, pam beruda, lebe beruda. Because I expect, let me tell you today, I expect nothing but the very best. The aniki kole toro chotik dube dungta chila bachin. Machina dulumbalu milok mundusi. Mi kati ombalu, kopsubi gyakab chunguchi mele. Te kachira beru, te sa chotu chilera guzung machira maa jale tiongo bele. Te nga rijikab labdol, te na anzume, chidom da anzu. Te anzumsu, zori chusunale ngachi lo mahidibchi, alupusulu jondabchi. Te tari nabara berura zogobachin, te ngachira alusu kare kheta yundigi zosu besa. Teboda ani chirum di bakshimda maakya wachin. Igi sample chi gobes. Kale tunsi chip sample silam. Sample chi yobachin, ani sumchu zo, jipchu tamba zo se wachin, dauni nalu zo kya umel. Now that's the problem that we face. I'm drinking a cup of coffee. The mug is from Thailand. Milkmaid that's every day. And coffee is Nestle. So, yuru miru ti chudi chamchimesa. Tane boda digi chagi yul. Di tachu bechi chagi yulsa. Because we are moving into the 21st century. The world is changing. Tane boda ta ngachira nye sodebe changta deba mituba bala. Chiletan name same ngachi kewa zaisa. Dulumba di tinga duge sumba ki kablu. Tinga nam sosub zumbe. Katile pa huichiga mashibo gutom debe dil. Tane boda 딩하기 내땅기 꼴레 라바지 라베 메사사 다 딩한테 도덕이 반을로 남도 싸기 개버둘. So we should be very proud of what we have achieved. But let me remind you, we have bigger challenges. Challenges that require intellect, courage, tenacity, fortitude, and brilliance to navigate in the 21st century, to take our country forwards, to secure a bright future for our children. Most we have 200,000 students in our schools. Ta gyakab yachi keru, machi keru, ngachara najunsugi labayin se ngara yabki yane asumbe. Ta alu bumni di chiramel. Ta gyakab na lu kachira beru, ta ngachara najunsugi te gyakab bago ponsa. Is Bhutan going to become the Switzerland of the East? Is Bhutan going to become a financial center? Is Bhutan going to build several special economic zones? But at the same time, in order to preserve national food security, we have to encourage our young to remain back in the farms so that they can be gentlemen farmers. Sanam the shinam shingi labe. The tama ngachira the chumlera guzung jale nyogo pons. The jio kagi ben, lebe kagi ben. The timsung gapagi mami kagi bedi. Dangachi gyakabnalu sansam kanewa bomyu beodalu. The Kara Chama be Ridab Chabe, Sunchub Gita Modulashidum. Ma Sarbanglu kidnapping Kadivit. The Digi same Sigdibet Sagalam Lamsarin. The Mami Kagi Chashunil. And who's going to become our future traders? Who's going to become our future mathematicians or engineers? Who's going to build our hydropower projects? Who's going to build our roads and our schools? All I see is, I look at the numbers, and I only see 200,000, max. Bumni di chimal. Remember, we have to make sure that these children get the best educations. And they are well equipped when they leave school. The anise lubisugi gengaimel. The mapa. Totusugi pana ngachere chala zemise name semelejimel. The Piekateta mogobe, Atarelabi, Ngarabe Javaje. I think I chungu dip the Dugi Jibagi, Marayabki Kanadibe, the Machilubi dipse Karan Kokelera Moshi, Tadi Loegede, Debada Machungu Galera Ducholera Guzung, ABCD Kaka Kanga Kara, Macherena, Lubisule Janjamisa. Chungu Galer. The Maratinga Yabki Suniyobal. Very important for future leaders of Bhutan to be Bhutanese. The men chungu ganlere pa phiga khabju phigi medachiga dewata boj tanjulu yunti jachesa kadibe tobrura lok rangi yuka hubigale rangi medachiga khalap maso rangi medachiga ngachira gyakhabgi netang su hamako rangi lamlusu su mashi boji titi phimindul the ani bendiki ngara yabge tingalere suniyul machigi alupusu peshadi nara tiongo bes. I could have been sent to England, I could have been sent to US, India, anywhere. What I'm trying to say is that no matter what happened, class people class 12 that class 12 the Tingapa, America Lujo, England Lujo, India Lujo, the Anizum Ge Junshap Gikadileve, Peshataniki Kokabzam Topchil. Ngakatira Judere Beru, Matamadu Teramatinsa. I never felt unprepared to study abroad. So Ani Bendigi, the Lube, the Tentangi Kabaji Matu, Machera na Lobdana Lutomigi Yuntidi. Regime Dusa. I can stand guarantee for what is being taught in our classrooms because I am the very product of our schools, of our teachers. The Lubichi the Nigi Panalu, Tentangi Kabachi Tion, Aluchi the Nigi Panalu, Konraki, Yuntulu, Tande Katangi Kabachi Tion. But Tanjulu, Machiregi na Lobdana Lutumiki Cho Yunti Tomidi, did not some regime dosa. The Anidi, my Chelu, Tachi Labra, Labobes no mesa. The Melaluchi Pa, Ropa, Singapore look at the Bonga, Canada look at the Bonga, US Lepa at the Bonga, Machina Lute, Peshetumi Sute, that Pajenda Chavachi, Machinalu, Regime Chimeomuse. They were Topodi Matapula Sani Miosa. Machina Lutumi did not mesame, Genda Yawa Kanemindul, Regime Dusa. The Gen nga sachi ya ta shuzong na duboda Philip Sugi ngalutumal. Your Majesty, you're a young man, young king. What do you think is the most important objective of Bhutan's? What do you see as being the most important for your country and for your futures? The corner Philip Sugi di normal. The ngarai katele democracy ons. Yanjin good governance. Yanjin economies. Tenga tisu mapale labichomis. Philip Su yuri yusichip. Visiting foreign dignitaries, ministers, ambassadors. Ya tashi chuzong lu nga dongka chap dibe che lalu chi kunsal na ta bibes na thong de cheret no dong sa. I wonder what must be being discussed at that level. Sunde kachi na dong nga mo se. Ta ani ga lu Philip Sugi atara jiwadi chivere kyobal. What do you see as being important over the next 10 to 15 years for Bhutan? And I know that they expect democracy, GNH, good governance, economy, so on and so forth. There's only one thing that we have to achieve. One thing that I feel is very important for Bhutan, and that's education. Machara alupusulu. 초인도 레지미 지니です. 개합널로 잘라가지 제로. 알루술로 초인도 레지미 나다바진. 데 자기 미사. 풀로 남에 세메텐토도 비죠. 나처럼 잘라가지라 제로 룹디디 레월을 학대 베통. 다네보다 데다리 마라나오 렘보칸루 렘보타쿨 nga chiregi na lube zozin te ka hara na chiga zom te chegi misedi na lu te tari te gaten bomji imbal te ngara nao te ngara semka yumi te chelu dungra chi lapsun digi te ngara sam zob mase te tashi dile te chiga te tala para berura geok zongkak chom yugo 가드라 베루 다리 좀베라 로지 마치 피주 세기 레오드멜로미였어. 다시 들려요 말.